reflecting back, it is Sunday, September 11th, 2022. And the morning conversation, of course, the first morning conversation, which is kind of the conversation that happens every 9/11, was, where were you? You remember. And I think about these significant moments that are so stunning and so startling, where we have to, it's like almost like you can't fully comprehend what's happening. Like, I don't know if I've ever fully stepped into what happened after that event. I think about, we have different choices, right? We have choice points in life that are meant to kind of wake us up, shake us up, right? And we can choose how to respond. There's something about events like that are, they both show the beauty of humanity, how we all come together. There's a collecting force, and the brutality of it as well. Which direction do we want to go? And if we really think about it, at least in so many ways, anyway, I hope this is a moment of reflection, not only of that day, but the truth of what we found out since that day, the choices that we've made, where we are, how we got here, and what is around us. So I wanted to start by properly honoring that and the intent of so many that have lost so much in response to that. I want to share with you, this is kind of like my morning after, this space that I had, these monumental changes that shake us awake. There are paths that we can take from that. And I'd taken a very specific path on the various moments that have shaken us awake. And a few years ago, it's always been part of me, but a few years ago, I have really, I guess, well, if I really think about it, I've been a natural bringer of people together for my existence that I can think of. It may look different ways, but it always kind of formulated like that. And kind of always held a space, right? And in 2020, I think, about 2020, I got a very specific urge or call. And I didn't quite know what the call was. I just followed the steps as they were presented to me. And along the way, this vision of this vision just started becoming very, very, very clear to me. And along the way, one piece of advice given from Susan Grace, who I speak of all the time, was focus on the feeling. Don't name it for what it looks like. Don't be attached to any set way. Name the feeling. So what is it that I am reaching for? And through life's ups and downs and roads and presents and all of the things, I've been able to really feel that, what that looks like. And Anyway, so slowly, piece by piece, one person by one person by one person, I continued to set that intention and hold that space of what it is that I wanted to feel. What kind of community, what kind of thing made sense. And it's still tweaking and it's still shifting and it's still changing. But I'm really proud because I gave up everything on the chance of what if. And those who have known me through my life know, right? Like I've had a lot of missteps. I've had a lot of wrong turns. But in figuring out how to really honor the truth within me, and delayering and deconstructing all of these things that kept me separated from that, I've done it. It hasn't looked like I thought it would look, because in my mind, this imperialistic, capitalistic, patriarch, like, it has to be perfect, right? Like this, it's got to have a perfect spot and the perfect thing, with all the money and all the things, and it's just not a reality. So you do what you can do. So if you follow the feeling, the intention to the highest purpose, which is in service of all, in service of our Mother Earth, what we need to do it for each step of the way will present itself to it through gifts from friends, through community collaboration, through blood, sweat, and tears, right? But I feel like much of exactly how I felt around COVID, I feel the same thing with 9/11, right? If we don't learn what we're meant to learn from these experiences, these lives, these senseless things, it's just one big churn back into the grind of the game. Those lives were worth something. Those lives had the same potential that all of us have by being on this earth. Those lives that have been lost in needless war and fear and terror, authority, power over. Let them have purpose, right? Like, can we give them that? I got sidetracked, but I hope on this day after that Pisces full moon, September 11th, after the Queen. I mean, y'all cannot deny the timing of how all of this is falling. And they're really paying attention. My gosh, it couldn't be more clear. I don't know. I feel like that's the best way to honor all of it, is to let the old that makes no sense die. Let it fall. That body, that old body has done its work. Let it go and make way. Because step by step, piece by piece, it's possible. It doesn't have to look a certain way, but if it feels the way, that's all that matters. It takes work to get there, but I'm telling you, it's worth it. Because I don't know. Anyway, here's another thing really quickly. This whole concept of truth being negative, I had this conversation, and I love to share it. And it was I was happy to have it open up. I'm sorry, it's bright. But it's that feeling of truth truth is positive. Truth is loving. This whole concept that speaking the truth is negative, just because it makes you feel uncomfortable does not make it negative. Now, what happened is pretty fucked up, and we need to do something about it. But by bearing it from ourselves isn't going to do nothing. And I have a whole life story to tell about that. But that's my wish and where I am on this day. Happy Sunday. Love you.